Alright, hello and welcome. So, today's going to be the guide on how to farm the Dragon Vaults, which are on the Orokin Derelict, which are right here. This is what it looks like, that's what the icon looks like, but let's go over how to get there. So, on the market, if you go to Equipment, and then we go over to Keys and Drones, for right here, you can see your Orokin Derelict assassinations, captures, defense, exterminate, so on and so forth. For the purposes of farming corrupted mods, you are going to want only exterminates or captures. Captures are what I would suggest for people that are more experienced and want to run these very, very quickly. Exterminates are safe for earlier on in the game. They're what you want to be doing because there are a limited amount of enemies that can give you trouble while you search for these vaults. And very importantly, for opening these vaults up here at the top, we've got the bleeding, decaying, extinguishing, and hobbled keys. So you're going to need a party of 4 for this. You're going to want to get all 4 of you together, and you can each only carry 1 key. Only one of the keys will sync up to the door. You open the door, grab the mod, everybody gets the mod at the end. It'll use 1 key per run. These are built out of 1 of any regular key that you'd like, and some very cheap materials, ferrite, credits. Easy to obtain, and all these blueprints are only one-time purchase, and you can build them indefinitely again and again and again. Exterminates, take this for materials. Pretty low, nav coordinates come from pretty much everywhere. I have a shitload of them, and you will probably also have a shitload of them by the time you want to be doing this. So, let's talk about exactly what you want to be doing and what those keys do when you equip them. So if you come down here, over here first, go over here, go to keys. I have some extra keys already built. They will take 1 Orokin Void key and some ferrite. We'll just start this up real quick. We'll use... what you want to use really depends on what you have the most of or what you don't really care about running. For me, it's usually Tower 1 Defense. Yeah, there we go. Pop that in there and start building. Takes 1 minute to build. Easy to rebuild the key if you just used yours. Takes 1 minute between runs. Good for getting a group together and going through and farming these. Lower down here we have Derelict Exterminates, Derelict Captures. You want to pop those out. These are one-time use, as are the other keys. And then, for equipping the key, come down here to Gear, and you'll want to pop it in any slot, and just have it on you for whenever you're going into the mission. So you can make sure that your other party members have it. If you go up here, it will say Bleeding Dragon Key, or Decaying, or what have you, in any of those slots. And as for what those keys individually do to you, Bleeding will lower your amount of total health. Decaying will lower your amount of total shields. Extinguished will lower the damage that you output. And Hobbled will make you slow. You can kind of divvy it up however you'd like. For new players that want to get in and get these corrupted mods, I'm going to suggest Rhino across the board. Rhino can pretty easily handle all of the keys, depending on what your weapon loadout is. Probably the hardest one for Rhino is Hobbled. But if you're bringing a Hobbled key, you're kind of like the one that needs the most protecting unless you are farther along and have frames that can just totally bypass being slow by just staying in the air all the time, like Zephyr, things like that. That being said, corrupted mod farming is not that particularly hard once you've got the organization bit down. So I'm going to get a group together and then we're going to go on a run. Alright, here we go. Going to be doing Exterminate because it's safe and that's fine. Alright, at the beginning here you're going to want to make sure no one disconnects, which can occasionally happen. Looks like we may have lost Captain. Oh, there he goes. You don't want to move too far on the mission so that you can re-invite if necessary. Alright, so now you're going to want to check every corner of the map for the vaults. And then, of course, I will show what they look like. Hopefully it is my key so we can see the outer door. Basically, it's a big door with the key symbols on it, with the main symbol that is required to unlock the door on the midsection. Why did I even activate this? Oh well. Oh, hey, one of the puzzle rooms. This is always fun. Go. Alright, and we're done. These can occasionally have mods in them. Kind of just an extra fun thing. Alright, back to looking for the dragon vault. Alright, let's see. Oh, is that a... Oh, okay, my bad. Thought that was the synthesis target glow. Thank you, Devasius. It can basically be on any end cap because the door is not a throughway. Hey, here it is. Alright, so yeah, this is what the door looks like, and it requires extinguished. Carrier, thank you. Carrier guarding the perimeter, like a good carrier. Yeah, this is what the door looks like. It's got the 4 little prongs on it, and then the middle with the shape that you need. It will say extinguished, of course, as you can see here. And then whoever has the key just has to meet up with you. Also, it's worth noting, whenever you pick up the object in here, the corrupted mod itself, it will give you a random debuff of one of the keys. So usually the person who opens the door will pick it up, but it doesn't really matter that much once you know what you're doing. Also, the enemy type does change, which is what Captain is worried about. It changes to the corrupted enemy variant type instead of the infested. And this is the corrupted vault. This is the item. I'll have Devasius grab it. Just to illustrate that you don't have to be the one carrying it to get the mod. It is easy to get lost in the derelicts. Don't feel bad if you do. Not a big deal. These enemies are all still infested. In fact, we might not see any corrupted. Oh, there's one. Hey, corrupted. Oh, carrier, come on. At least let me cut the man in half. And the last 2 enemies should also be corrupted if they spawn in. Oh, they're dead. Wonderful. Alright, and there we go. So, as you saw, I'm not the one carrying the mod. The entire party does still get it. Also worth noting, even if you don't make it to the extraction, you will still get it. Devasius's Valentine's Day Mirage, very fun. And there we are. And we got Blind Rage. Really good one to actually drop. That's actually worth, I think, 20 plat if you were to go and sell it. depending, of course, on the market. The only one I didn't have, and Devasius got quite lucky. Alright, but yeah, there we go. Thank you to, of course, Devasius, Orpheus, and Captain Awesomer for joining me on the Vault Run. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.